even with me being away from the NFL right now, man, that's probably the worst thing that's going that nobody knows about, that they don't take care of us after we finish.
Yeah, I never understood that, man.
We have the worst PA, NFL, insurance, and all this stuff going on. It's the worst.
And baseball probably is the best.
Yeah.
Baseball has probably the best players association.
And y'all right behind
More than the NBA?
Yeah. The NBA is good, too.
What stands out about how MLB does it?
Well, the MLB, you're not breaking none of them.
No.
None of them. They going to vote as one player. They going to be like, they've been like that forever.
Right.
They, you know, and I like to think that the NBA is just coming around to understanding, you know, unity, football, you know, and
y'all have the financial work. Everybody in the NFL don't have $1 million contract like people say that. You know, when Colin Kaepernick's situation was out, and they like, football players need to use their platform. You might have 3 players on that team that truly have a platform.
Right.
Everybody else might be making 500, maybe 200, 300,000. So it's a little different with us. You
Definitely different. And then no guarantees in that. You know? And then no insurance to have on top of that.
But you need that, like you said, the players need.
So how are the players in the NFL? Are they together?
They have to be.
Are they?
To a point. Up to a point.
Listen, to get anything done, you're going to have to be together.
You need to. Right.
And you can't have separate agendas. It's got to be one agenda, and then you handle it. Like, the top is going to be the top. What you're fighting for as you represent the top is that middle ground and that lower ground.
Yeah.
If you're top, you know you're going to get whatever is coming. It's in it. It's already 5% of it. They know it. Right. So you're not even, when you come to meetings, you sit down as whoever you are as that 5%. You're helping the middle class and that bottom get guarantees to have more insurance for their families.
Don't that sound like society, though? Don't that sound like
That's
things
not how it works in society.
That's
not how it works.
But that's the NFL. See, that's my gripe. That's what I talk about. Like, I love this. Like, NFL is a reflection of this country.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
And the mentality of the old way of how they used to, but it's 2018. Things got to change and going to change.
Yes, sir.
Because
it's changing.
Go ahead.
With all the concussions and all the stuff that's happening, it's going to have more problematic and solutions to it.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to start to change. Because you're going to have solutions for some of this. Once football starts seeing dips in numbers and involvement with kids in neighborhood, man, when I grew up,
all the kids
man, you got to play football, man. That's where you learn, you learn to fight, get tough, whatever. That's part of it. Man, when they start dipping off that and, you start seeing soccer taking over and then rugby coming in and other sports, no. That's when you fix your tone.
I agree with you completely. And I wonder what your response is, if I can be candid and honest, if I was to think about when I have kids, I would be nervous to put my kids in football.
Yeah.
Because I am hearing these stories of life after football, life while in football, between injuries, money. What's your response to moms or parents feeling that way?
Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Play other sports right now.
Wow.
Play flag football as a kid. Kids can play flag football. I have a problem with a lot of these kids playing year-round contact sport, and you're talking concussions. People hear that, but you gotta also look at circumstances and situations like KG was talking. You got so many people at the bottom, right, that don't have.
Right.
You know, you got so many people who don't have in neighborhoods to where they just fall into doing the wrong thing. They have no other choice. That's what we grew up
Or they feel like they don't have any other choice, and they follow what they see. This is what we doing as a group. He went, I went, and that's how you. Right, but
no, I would play football. I would do it again. I wouldn't change much, but I would change some things. You know, I made a living on hitting people, but I made sure I protected them too.
No doubt.
You can hit somebody hard without hurting them. You know, you see me hitting hard, but you won't see. You'll see the guy get up half the time.
No doubt.
You know, so you got to play the game and teach it a certain way too. I think. Me personally think. Just like society. There's a lot of coaches that probably shouldn't be coaching in the NFL, just like there's a lot of teachers that probably not qualified to be teaching our students.
That's real.
You know, so, and that's where I think the fall off is at. You know, that's a big part of why Belichick and them winning Super Bowls. That's a big part of why Cleveland is way down here. You know, because of teaching. You know, so, but I would say play football. I would say play football. It's just a matter of building to it. You see guys that play basketball, Jimmy Graham. He played 2 years of college. He got a contract in the league. You know, so you could do other things and still be training yourself, because at the end of the day, it's about training.
dog.
You know, and technique, fundamentals. Who's teaching you? Who's your mentor? Who's your teacher to teach you those things? You know, so you can have them doing it just not so young. I don't think you have to.
Okay.
I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to have your kids in football and recreation. You know, you can put them in high school.
With all the concussion scares, I know parents are definitely going to think about that. I think football's going to come with solutions.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I see the professional parts of it as far as business getting better.
Yeah.
It has to. I don't see it going backwards. It can't go backwards.
No.
Yeah, it can't.
Definitely
No.
going backwards. So
No.
that's what I'm saying. It's got to go forward and progressive.
Yeah.
It's got to, and it will.